Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and happy new year. My name is Aylin and today we are going to be doing my January TBR. So, first TBR of the year. So, for my first TBR of the year, I have decided to do something kind of different. I mean, not super different, but I'm just making this very manageable, and I've put a lot of books on this list that I'm currently reading feel very feasible for me to read. So, this is definitely a smaller list. There are 8 books on this list, but all of them I can read relatively quickly, so this probably won't last me the duration of the month, but I do have a trip coming up in just a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be making a separate TBR for my trip. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I also want to quickly apologize for failing Bookmas. Life got crazy. I kind of hinted that it might happen in my first Bookmas video. I wasn't intending to fully crash and burn with it, and I do have more content coming from 2022. But life got crazy and I just kind of tried to enjoy it instead of fighting it like I normally would. I'm looking forward to all of the 2023 content and I hope that you guys are as well. I think those are really all of the things that I need to say. Let's just dive into this TBR. We'll start with the books that I am currently reading and then we will go into the books that I think I have a good chance of getting to this month. So, a book from October that I have put on multiple TBRs since then that I need to freaking finish is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm still doing the reading vlog. I'm still only 100 pages into this. I'm really enjoying it. I just haven't picked it up. I've been reading a couple of other things, which we'll talk about. This is the sequel to It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, which if you have lived under a rock, because these books are everywhere, It Ends With Us follows an abusive relationship between Ryle and Lily, and this takes place after the events of that with a different hero, but it is a character from that book. I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm very excited. I think that this one's going to be really good. I've heard pretty good things about it and I enjoy Colleen Hoover's writing style, so as I've said a million times, I'm excited to just finally finish this one because I'm like a third of the way through, so it just needs to be done because those 100 pages were so easy for me to fly through. The next one is one that I am reading for a book club, which is the Mending Hearts book club that Rylan and Stasia are hosting. I'm so freaking excited for this one. They are reading Priest by Sierra Simone. I believe they're reading the entire series this month, so I really need to get started on this read along. But the first book is Priest. This is following a priest. His name is Tyler Bell, and he meets a girl while she is like in a confessional confessing to him, and he may or may not break his vow of priesthood and celibacy because of this one girl. I'm like 126 pages in. I probably need to restart it, but again, the writing style was so easy to fly through and so accessible. I am very excited about this, and Rylan has actually already read this before, so she's rereading it for the book club and said that the way that this book is done is just so well done, and I've heard that the series only gets better. So I have the rest of the series if I want to read them. If I enjoy this one, hopefully I do because I have the rest of the series, so I would like to read the rest of them, but I've heard that it only gets better, so I have really high hopes. The next one was one that I planned to finish by the end of 2022, but like I said, life got crazy and that just didn't end up happening, and that is Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. I am currently, I think, like 270 pages into this one. This is a mafia romance with like a Hades and Persephone reimagining kind of twist on it, featuring our main characters Cal and Elena. Cal sweeps Elena away on her wedding day after unaliving her betrothed since birth. It was an arranged marriage that was going to benefit Elena's family for the mafia, and when Cal sweeps her away because of someone blackmailing them, things get all kinds of twisted and the story progresses from there. But I love this so far. Like I said, have 100 pages to go. This is one of my favorite dark romances that I have literally ever read. It's so freaking good, so I'm very excited to finish it. If I don't finish this month, we have a huge problem. That's all I'm gonna say. But I also have the next 3 books in the series if, again, I want to continue on with these because they're all reimaginings of Greek myths, and that is just so appealing to me, but Hades and Persephone is by far my favorite. Now we get into the poetry, which has been my favorite freaking thing lately. Just the way that reading poetry makes me feel like I'm doing self-care is top notch, and I'm really into all of the self-care at the moment. So I've been reading Velvet Dragonflies by Billy Chapata. One of my best friends actually got this for me for my birthday, and I started reading it and then immediately bought the other 2 books by this author. But I've been taking my time with it so that I can like really process everything that the book is saying. So I'm 206 pages in. I have about 100 poems left, and I am obsessed with it. This could be one of my favorite books of the year, which is crazy because it's January 2nd, so how am I saying that already? But also it's one of my favorite poetry books, and as I mentioned, I bought the author's other 2 books. So we have Chameleon Aura as well as Flowers on the Moon, again, both by Billy Chapata. I would really like to read both of these throughout the course of this month as well. Like I said, I'm really into poetry and self-care right now, and these just feel like the ultimate. I'm very excited. I don't know that I will necessarily read both of these, but I am going to be picking up one of them next, and I would like to kind of throughout the year I would like to continue on with having a self-help book or a poetry book that I am reading while I am reading a fiction book, just to make sure that I'm constantly learning and growing and taking care of myself, because I think that that's really important. And reading Velvet Dragonflies has been like a 180 on my perspective. It's kind of insane. I will probably do a whole video about poetry and like my favorite ones for recommendations. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I kind of want to do it, so if you hate that idea, it might happen anyway. And then the last 2 books that I have to talk about, I know that this is a very short video, but I wanted to get it out at the beginning of the month. The first one is a thriller, and that is Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. This one follows or cycles through a toxic and abusive relationship as a thriller. I've heard really good things about this. I believe this is really popular on TikTok, and I feel like it could be a very good plain read, so this might make it into my vacation TBR as well. I'm excited, especially because it is a Hulu adaptation, so potentially I could watch the series when I am done with this. But I've heard amazing things about this for years, and I just decided that now is the right time. It looked like something I could see myself reading in the near future, so we're putting it on the list. And lastly, I got this during the Barnes & Noble like 50% off hardcover sale that they have like after Christmas. I'm hoping that it's annual because that is the most genius sale ever and gets me every time. But it's Nick and Charlie, which is a Heartstopper novella, obviously by Alice Oseman. I love the Heartstopper graphic novels, so when I saw this, I immediately had to pick it up, especially because there's like little artwork and everything inside it. It is 100 pages long, but the text is really big. It kind of is formatted a lot more like a middle grade as opposed to a young adult novel in the way that the font and margins are and everything, and the fact that it has pictures. But I'm very excited. Oh my goodness, I love that Alice Oseman put her own book in one of her characters' hands. That's genius. Self-promo queen for that. But I feel like if I do like a 24 or 48 hour readathon, this could be really conducive for that. Those are the 8 books that I am hoping to complete in the month of January. Like I said, I think I could get through this reading list relatively quickly, so hopefully I will actually be completing my TBRs this year, or at least this month. We'll just go month by month, day by day, and I will probably do a vacation one very soon. But all of the new year and end of the year content is coming, I promise. Sorry, I took a break from editing and started focusing a little bit more on the things that I needed. But I know that you guys understand that, and I just wanted to say thank you. And also really quickly take a second to thank you for such an amazing 2022. 2022 was not the best year for me mentally, just the things that I dealt with in my life, and I opened up a little bit about it on here. But you guys have always been nonstop supportive of me, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Your support means the absolute freaking world, and I just want to know that it is appreciated. You are so loved, and it doesn't go unnoticed. But yeah, I love you all so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're doing well reading, mentally, and otherwise, and I really hope to see you all in my next video very soon. Bye, guys.